What if I told you that there is something that you are doing unconsciously that is keeping away the health that you desire? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. I'm a holistic nutritionist, energy healer, and hypnotherapist. And I am here to help you align, awaken, and ascend. And so let's dive right in. So, what could we be doing unconsciously that could be keeping away the health that we desire? So I want to begin with this idea of vibrations and frequencies. So in order to attract in the healing that we want, and not just the healing, whatever it is, a relationship, abundance, whatever we are looking to attract in, we'll stick with healing right now because this is very real and really part of my experience. And you guys, I want to also preface with, I am never doing any of these videos speaking from a pedestal. I have gone through all of this, and so there's no judgment here, because for me, for so long, I was trying to attract in health. I was trying to heal, and it was just like this incomprehensible, is that a word? Incomprehensible? It was an unsurmountable, is that a word too? It seemed really challenging to achieve the health that I wanted. And so for years and years and years, you've all heard, I was seeking doctor after doctor, pill after supplement, after protocol, after diet, all of these things. And I couldn't find how I could heal myself. And it wasn't until I began to dive into my subconscious mind. It wasn't until I began to unpack my beliefs. And I want to share with you, while I actually believe there's quite a few things that we have to do in order to truly heal, one of the things that I really, really want to hammer down here, and I think that especially in the day and age that we live with, we have this problem that our parents did not have as strongly, and definitely not our grandparents, and definitely not our ancestors. And that is judgment. Now, how on earth does judgment influence our healing? Stick with me here. So, if you are trying to achieve something in your life, anything for that matter, and you then simultaneously judge others who have what you desire, you cannot bring that into your energetic realm. You cannot bring that into your life. And here's the tricky part, you guys, is that it doesn't even have to be exactly what you're trying to attract in. But if you are judging others for, if you're trying to call in health, but you see, what is health? What's health? Well, it's happiness. It's being content. It's feeling light and good. This is for me. You make your own list of what health is. But for me, it's feeling good. It's feeling free. It's feeling aligned in my body. And so if there are people that I see who have this alignment, who have this freedom, who have this happiness and vibration and love about them, and I'm judging them, I will automatically push away that which I am trying to call in. And this is a really hard pill to swallow, because oftentimes we're actually doing this unconsciously. And I am certainly not by any means the master of non-judgment, but this has been something that I have been working on really heavily, especially during the past past year for me. It started with, I picked up Gabby Bernstein's book, Judgment, Detox, about 2 years ago, and I started it, and I was like, I don't judge people. Wow. As I started it, I was like, oh, okay, I have some things to work on here. And the book, it's it's a hard book. It's not one of those like quick, easy reads. It's a book. It's a journey. And I actually still haven't finished it. It's like one of those things that I need to go back to and pick up. Because honestly, at the time, I wasn't, even just 2 years ago when I picked up this book, I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't ready. I like was not ready to do the work. Now I see how judgment truly infiltrates everything. It taints and colors and paints and creates the worlds that we view. We view everything through our eyes of judgment. And I would like to offer that judgment, the more that we judge others, the more that we're judging ourselves. And so I really, really want you to understand this concept is that we are all one. We think that we're separate, but really, if you are judging someone, you are just judging an aspect of yourself. If you are judging someone for even doing something bad or good, whether it's that they have something that you want or that you think they're doing something bad, that is a part of you that is unhealed and that you need to work on within yourself. And here's the crazy part to all of this, is that the more that we work on ourselves, the more we release judgment, and the more we find ourselves, the less we will find ourselves judging others. And I've really, really experienced this in my own work, in my own life. I think that for me, being a hypnotherapist has actually been one of the greatest gifts to my own healing, is seeing the insides of people's subconscious minds. And sometimes I really just wish that I could let you all see some of the things that are going on in people's minds. And once I began to see, it's like that quote, walk a mile in someone's shoes. And it really is true, because once we can begin to see these people that we are judging, once we begin to see what they've been through, what led them to what they're doing, that's when we can actually really begin to release judgment. And at this point in my life, and I'm sure that there will be people who don't agree with me on this, and that's fine, but I don't have judgment towards any act, towards any, no matter how bad it may seem. I will not judge someone who murders, who rapes, who does any criminal act, because I see that as someone who's really deeply struggling. And to have to come to that place where they had to do that type of crime shows me that they're deeply, deeply hurting inside. And so how does this all circle back to ourselves and our own healing? Well, if we are projecting out that someone is doing something wrong, we therefore put ourselves in superiority. We say that this person has done, what they have done is bad, is not right, is not in alignment. Therefore, we are better. What we are doing is somehow superior to them. And that's not the case. We're all one, we're all equal, and we've all experienced different levels of trauma, different experiences in our lives. We've all gone through hard times, and if we don't heal those, we will continue to act them out. Our body's just trying to cope. It's trying to make sense of this crazy world. It's trying to find peace, and our body's just really trying to protect us. And so if we're really suffering inside, our body is going to seek ways to lessen that suffering and to numb out the pain. And so I would like to offer you this. So, I mean, like, where do we go from here? Well, you're probably saying, Jasmine, okay, but then like, how do I stop judgment? And I would like to offer you that the very first step in healing judgment is just becoming aware of it. Begin to go about your daily life and become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of the thoughts in your mind. So as you walk down the street, What do you think about the people you pass by? What do you think about as you scroll through social media? This is a big one because I just don't think that our parents and grandparents really ever had, like, judgment is the biggest temptation I think that our generation faces, because we are being bombarded with things to judge on a hourly, daily, secondly, I don't think that's a word either, basis. We are constantly being presented with things to judge. And now, I mean, judgment isn't always a bad thing. Like, we need to judge whether things are good or bad for us. So we need to be able to judge, oh, is that a decision I should make right now? Like, yes, there are judgments we need to make, but how many of those judgments are we making out of a deeper judgment of whether someone is doing something wrong, whether they are a bad person, good person, their act that they did is good or bad? That's what I'm asking you to look at. That's what I'm asking you to become aware of. As you scroll through your feed, do you judge people? As you clicked on this video and you saw my thumbnail, did you judge? Did you say, like, oh, I can't believe she's wearing that, doing that, saying that, whatever it is? You probably did. That's okay. Just become aware of it. And the more that we become aware of it, the more we actually take back our power, we take back our energy, and we see that everyone is just trying to make sense of the world. Everyone is just trying to live in this world and create what they desire and to make sense of it. Everyone is dealing with their own past traumas. Everyone is dealing with their own circumstances. And the more that we can become neutral to this and not allow these judgments into us, the more we can actually create the life, the healing, the relationships, the abundance that we desire, because we are no longer pushing away that which we desire. Because when we judge someone, we are telling ourselves that that is something bad. So if we judge someone who has what we want, we are telling our body, we are telling our subconscious mind, that is not good. And there are certain things that we may judge, and that's okay. That's okay. If you want to, I'm not saying to judge poor people and you're not going to be poor, or to judge rich people and you're not going to be rich. But the thing is that we need to just become aware of these judgments, because on a vibrational level, we are constantly sending signals to our subconscious of what we want and what we don't want. And so if we're judging something or someone, we are, one, telling our mind that that is something we don't want, and two, pushing that experience, that person, that energy away from us. So I just want you to begin to become aware of, because it really is, as you see here, there are multiple levels to this. It's not just about becoming a match for the healing and the love and the abundance we desire, but it's also about healing within ourselves these deeper wounds, these deeper stories, and really putting on a new pair of eyes to see the world. Because when we put on this new pair of eyes and this new way of looking at the world, suddenly we can see that people aren't so bad, that government and politics and, oh my gosh, all of these things happening, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's just people talking from their own judgments, talking from their own experiences, and we can choose to see everything with love. We can choose to see everything with grace and kindness and acceptance, because everyone is going through their own journey. And the more that we can level out these extremes of good and bad and just bring it all to a level of neutrality, the more that we actually have and gain control of our lives. And it's kind of crazy that just in a level of neutrality we could gain such control, but that really is the sweet spot of creating our lives. Because when we are at a level of neutrality with the experiences of other people, and we don't have to attach so much weight and emotion and feeling to what others are doing, we take back our power. We take back our confidence, and we can create and cultivate the confidence that we desire within ourselves. And that, my friends, is how we heal. That is how we create the life we want. That is how we bring and draw in abundance. That is how we draw in the partner we desire. That is how we draw in the life, the health, everything that we desire. And so if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Do you judge? Don't answer that, because I know you do. I judge too, and it's okay. But what steps are you going to begin today? How are you going to begin to become aware? Are you going to begin to become aware for 5 minutes as you're scrolling on social media? What is something in the past hour that you realized, oh, that was probably a judgment? I want to know. I want to hear from you in the comments below. And what are you willing to start maybe giving up judgment about? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. And until next time, I am sending you all infinite love and light with no judgment.